Hi guys, it's Peter again. So today I will record another live session playing roulette. I will use my VRSEDGE app as usual, so I will enter the numbers and evaluate the results. But before I start, I wanna tell you that I decided that I will create something completely new, and this new will be then I will reveal, let's say step by step, 10 completely free online roulette strategies. And for, let's say, the rules and suggestion, what does it mean, this strategy, what are the rules, what you should do, I will use my VRSEDGE app. So I will enter some conditions and customize the VRSEDGE app, and I will show you on several thousands of spins what is the result of the strategy, and you can also benefit from that. So as I said, in total I will prepare complete series of 10 free online roulette strategies using my VRSEDGE app. I will also run several thousand spins, and you can also benefit from that if you like and you already have VRSEDGE app. But today I will play again my, let's say, famous numbers pattern 0, 10, 20, 30. So I will mark it here, and I will play 2 levels of progression, 8 spins. So let's start generate the numbers and see what's going on this table. We know then we are waiting for our start when to play. So again, as I said, today I play 2 levels, 8 spins progression, like a basic setup. I will evaluate the table about my variance from average option if it is needed, and also I consider my 1 degree of freedom rule. You know already that I developed these 2 new features, so 1 degree of freedom rule can help me already. Application is VRSEDGE app is automatically calculating possible situations, evaluating last 25 spins, and if there see any danger, then I should apply my 1 degree of freedom rule, which means leave the table, or simply you need to create new number sequence. Then I will do that, but this I will see during play. So as I said, this is a live session. I don't know the numbers and outcomes. I'm recording that for you, then you can see my style, how do I play, and you can copy my style if you like. And I'm using VRSEDGE app, which is my own analytical and statistical app. Has great help to analyze the outcomes and prepare the strategy and systems based on that. As I said, this 1 degree of freedom rule will start to be active once I reach minimum 25 numbers, and we can see now that some numbers are really repeating, 23, 18. So but we just generated 9 spins. Also we have nice red series. Let's see how it goes next. So yeah, I would be betting on the red. This would be nice. Already 8 numbers in the red. Quite nice session. Okay, now it's the black one. And this, let's say, second feature, which will generate the correlated 3 options of the correlated numbers to your primary pattern. So just for you to understand, my primary pattern now is 0, 10, 20, 30. I already, let's say, mark this pattern here, and once we reach 100 spins and you press this button, calculate correlated numbers, you will receive the 3 options or suggestions, which might be secondary patterns highly correlated with your primary pattern. And if your primary pattern doesn't work on the current table when you just generated 100 numbers, you can use the best suggested secondary pattern, which has a high probability to be successful on the current table in the current last 100 spins prediction. So we can see then our pattern is not coming. So normally, as I said, I play maximum 30 spins, and if in 30 spins I don't receive my numbers, then I will close the table, open a new one, because the series will take too long. So let's play next 10 numbers and let's see whether we can start betting or not. If not, then I will close the table and open a new one. That's not the issue, it's absolutely normal. So sometimes simply it's not so fast and these 4 numbers are not coming, so but it's quite good. Then we have some kind of idea when to start betting, because you can see now he would play 22 spins if you would start betting immediately, and our numbers are not really coming, and random number generator is not really in our favor for this pattern. Currently we have a number 20, so let's see whether we can win this time this table. So as I said, now I will bet my typical base bet 20 cents per number, and we said then we will play 8 spins, and let's see the result, what will happen. So it was quite fast. So I always think then whenever I start recording my session, then it looks so easy, but as I said, I don't know the outcomes. I just generated numbers and immediately came, this is the best. So this is the best. If you bet and immediately receive your number, you receive the maximum from your progression and from your bet. You can see then once I enter the numbers, VRSEDGE App is showing me what is my bankroll, and it's quite good. Also risk reward ratio increased to 1 because we won, and currently 1 degree of freedom rule is active because we just reached total spins 25, and you can see then it shows low danger. So something like repeat rule was not really valid here, so there was no advice to leave the table. So but this time I will start to record another session because it was quite fast. So let's try it again and play again the second session. As I said, this time we won together quite fast, so I will mark my pattern, and as I said, I wanna play 2 levels. And you can see what is also quite interesting for this VRSEDGE app. So there are many, let's say, already coefficients predefined. If you see this 3.85% of progression aggressiveness is also fine-tuned. It's already what I'm using most of the time. So all these numbers predefined, let's say, also spins in level and levels, everything you have already like default values in the beginning, so you can benefit from that, and you can immediately use the predefined coefficients by me. So also you can see here in custom numbers I already predefined some kind of values which might be quite interesting if you enter custom numbers and you wanna play dynamic and condition betting based on these conditions. I will predefine some values which might be interesting for you and might have a success. So now we can see then we are waiting for our pattern, means we play the same one. I think now we have a number 30, so I will just quickly enter the rest of the numbers and let's see whether we can be again, let's say, successful and have the same luck like last time. So we said we will play 8 numbers, and let's see what's going on now. Okay, this time it was not the first number, so we know we are playing 4 numbers, 8 spins in the first level. If we are not successful, so we will stop betting and waiting for our second chance to play, as we are playing 2 levels. And I want to say then again, I will be closely observing the table, what's going on. If there is any 1 degree of freedom rule pattern, I should leave the table, for example, and so on. So I will do that and open a new one. And also, if these 2 levels progression are not successful, I will consider what will be my coefficient, how to deal with variance from average. All this info I teach at my webinars. How do I play and why I'm doing that. So simply, this is my style of how do I play the online roulette, already many years, quite successful. And you can also copy my style if you like. Currently you can see then we played already mostly all our numbers and we were not successful, so this is again quite normal. It's nothing is happening. So our first level was not successful, it's not an issue. We will start generating the numbers and we're waiting for our chance. So let's see whether we will have a second chance to play and start betting again. Yeah, look, number 30 repeated, just 2 spins and we stop betting. Normally I would tell you then this is really not nice if it is coming like this. I will start to play the second level of progression, but normally because we just hit immediately after we stop betting, I would rather maybe leave the table and start this progression level on a new one. But for, let's say, the recording purpose, I will continue here and see whether we can make it. If not, then it's no issue. It's again the session for you, then you know what to do. It's also some unsuccessful or difficult session. As I said, some tables are quite tough, therefore it's always better to change the table, receive the new number sequence and play again. So you can see now it's not coming, and as I said, normally I wouldn't be recording that. I would close the table because 30 came just once we stop betting, and this is a good bad sign. It might be also touching one of my rules for one degree of freedom, and you can see that that's quite, let's say, happening. So we have just 2 more spins to go, and then we can say then these 2 levels were not successful. It's you can see now 1 degree of freedom rule is saying high danger, so we should definitely leave the table and don't play this one. I already said that and predicted that I would leave already before we even started to play. It was not successful, and also my 1 degree of freedom is saying that, so it's definitely correct. And what we will do, we will close the table, open a new one, and we will play the same pattern. We will play the same pattern on this new table with this completely new number sequence, and I'll continue with the progression, so I don't need to use special now coefficient because I can still play the, let's say, progression for the 3rd level. It's quite okay. And let's see what's going on this table. But you can see what was quite good for this session. Then my app was really, VRSEDGE App was saying then 1 degree of freedom repeat rule was really high danger, so it suggested very quite correct. Then we should definitely leave the table because random number generator was not in our favor. And even I predicted before we started the 2nd level of progression, then we should leave the table because there was some numbers started coming too early once we stop betting. So now we have our next chance, so we know then we have to use the progression. So I will use let's say 80 per number. It's quite okay. Therefore I always start with a low base bet because you know you can have such a tough sessions and tough tables, and therefore it's good to be prepared for, let's say, higher coefficients, how to deal with variance from average. And let's see whether we can make it on this table. I will play 8 spins now with this base bet and see whether this can be successful. Hopefully yes. Currently it's not coming, but it's, as I said, quite normal situation. Time to time you have tough session and tough table. This is normal, so if we would be winning all the time quite easily, so then it's simply not possible. Time to time you have to face such a situation, but you can see I'm quite okay, I'm quite relaxed, so no issue with that. So I'm just playing the third level now of progression and waiting for our chance to win. If we do not succeed with this, we continue one more level, 8 spins on the same table, and let's see how this will go. We have one last spin to play, and this was not successful, and that's pity. Okay, this session is very tough, but it's okay, so that's learning session for you. So I will stop betting and wait for our second chance to start bet. So as I said, then next round you have to play a little bit higher progression, because you already started with 80 cents per number, and we are waiting for our chance. When we can start betting, then our pattern will hit, and I think it's highly possible then next 8 spins will win. But let's see, it's not an issue, we have time. And actually, once you are tracking these numbers in VRSEDGE App, it gives you also the, let's say, some kind of relaxed atmosphere, and you can feel much more confident because you have everything under control. Your progression bets, your situation, you are entering the numbers, so you know, hurry up. So as I said, this session is extremely tough to win. Time to time it's happening like this. It's quite normal for me. If you play often, then you always have to deal with such situations, and you are not successful in actually what we just did. And we were not successful in 3 levels. Nothing special can happen. Now we have number 30, so this is our next try what to do. So I will use again progression, and this time I will bet this amount per number. Okay, and then we start betting again, and let's see. So we are actually playing the 4th level of progression, and we are hoping for the best. Then this time we can win. Okay, 2 times number 16, and again 1 degree of freedom rule is saying that there is a high, let's say, danger, and we should probably consider leave the table. But we can see now then our 4th level was successful, so quite good. So we receive our money back. As I said, this was a very tough session. Time to time you have to face it, but if you have everything under control, if you start with a low base bet, which I just said, so you have plenty of options for your progression. You can change the table, you follow also the 1 degree of freedom. Now it's part of the VRSEDGE App. It's a huge help, so you can see it's immediately indicating what's going on and telling you what's happening in the last 25 spins. So it's a huge help, and I can only recommend that. So thank you for watching. Today we had one quite easy session, first one, and second one was really difficult one. Time to time it's happening, so but I think you could really see me what I'm doing, how I'm relaxed and playing the session. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.